Welcome to Asian Star Trend. Our channel updates hot news about Asia's most popular stars. Please subscribe and comment to help us update better videos. Breaking, Yu Long and Yang Mimi's full wedding video shatters the internet, a love letter that stopped time. Beijing, China, June 10, 2025. For months, the world waited. Last night, it finally happened, and the internet hasn't stopped crying since the full, nearly 2-hour wedding video of superstar actor Yu Long and fashion icon Yang Mimi has been released, and it's nothing like anyone expected. This wasn't just a celebrity wedding, it was a love story unfolding in real time, captured with a cinematic elegance that felt more like a movie than a memory. From the first frame, viewers are drawn into a dreamscape, a quiet courtyard in early summer, gold threads catching the light on Mimi's gown, Yu Long standing perfectly still until she appears. Then, it's just the two of them, the rest of the world fading away. But the moment that broke everyone came halfway through when Yu Long read a handwritten letter he had kept hidden until the vows. His voice cracked, Mimi's hands shook, and the room seemed to exhale. Even the cameraman admitted later, "I couldn't see through the lens. I was crying." Social media exploded. Fans described feeling as though they had witnessed love in its purest form, something rare in an age of curated images and manufactured romance. And when the final scene fades, two hands entwined against a silent Beijing skyline, you realize why people can stop replaying it. It isn't about the dress, or the fame. It's about the courage to love without a script. What begins as a wedding video ends as a reminder, true love still exists, if you know where to look. Opening scene, a letter from Yu Long to her soul. The video does not open with grandeur. No sweeping drone shots. No orchestral swell. Instead, it begins with a voice low, unsteady, and intimate. "I didn't know what real peace felt like," Yu Long says, each word trembling, "until you laughed beside me in the dark. If I had to lose everything to find you, I'd do it all over again." As his final syllable fades, the screen cuts to a single image, Yang Mimi, barefoot on a marble floor, hair still set in soft rollers, standing by a window flooded with early morning gold. She is alone, holding that same letter. Her fingers quiver as she traces the ink. A single tear slides down her cheek, falling onto the page. There is no soundtrack here, just silence. Silence so profound that you can almost hear her heartbeat. It is a beginning that tells you this wedding is not a spectacle, it is a confession. A private moment offered, just once, to the world. And from this first frame, the viewer knows, they are about to witness a love story that doesn't need music or filters to feel eternal. Would you like me to continue in the same cinematic tone for the next key scenes? Vows, a letter reveal, final scene, the wedding. A garden hidden from the world. A ceremony unfolded in a hidden garden estate in Huangzhou, a place so private it seemed untouched by time. Weeping willows arched overhead, their branches brushing the air like a secret blessing. Rare Japanese cherry blossoms bloomed in silent witness, petals falling across a circular stone altar carved to symbolize eternity. Yang Mimi's gown carried its own quiet story. Made of white silk threaded with jade, it was stitched by hand with lace carefully cut from her mother's wedding dress. Down the back, 12 small jade buttons formed a line like a vow. For 12 years, she had whispered the same promise to herself, "I will never marry until I find a love that lets me be myself." And then, she found him when Mimi finally appeared at the edge of the garden. The carefully composed superstar Yu Long faltered. The crowd watched as he broke with centuries of tradition, stepping off the altar and walking toward her, faster with every step. Halfway down the aisle, he reached her, leaned close, and whispered just loud enough for the cameras to catch, "I can't wait another second to love you." In that moment, the formality of the ceremony dissolved. What remained was raw and unscripted, a love too impatient to follow the rules. Breaking, Yu Long and Yang Mimi's wedding video stuns the world. A love story too real for a script. Beijing, June 10, 2025, the internet froze last night. After months of secrecy, the full wedding video of superstar Yu Long and fashion icon Yang Mimi was released, and within minutes, millions were crying, replaying, and whispering, "This is what love looks like." It doesn't open with spectacle. No music. No slow-motion glamour. Just Yu Long's trembling voice, "I didn't know what real peace felt like until you laughed beside me in the dark." If I had to lose everything to find you, I'd do it all over again. The scene cuts to Mimi, barefoot in a marble hallway, hair in rollers, clutching that letter as sunlight spills across the floor. A tear hits the page. The ceremony takes place in a hidden garden in Hongzhou, framed by willows and cherry blossoms. Her gown, stitched with lace from her mother's wedding dress, carries 12 J buttons, one for each year she vowed to wait for love that allowed her to be herself. When she appeared, Yu Long abandoned tradition, meeting her halfway down the aisle. "I can't wait another second to love you." Their vows were unscripted confessions. "You never asked me to change," he said. "You held me like my past didn't scare you," she answered. Phones stayed forgotten as even the officiant wept. The night closed with a surprise letter Mimi had written during their brief breakup. "If we never find our way back, please know that you were the safest place I've ever known." Even in silence, and they did find their way back. As the final image fades, two figures beneath falling blossoms, you realize why people can stop watching. It isn't a wedding video. It's proof that love, unfiltered, still exists. Fans' reactions. "I believe in love again." The release didn't just dominate headlines, it ignited a tidal wave of emotion across the internet. Within minutes of the video going live, social media became a global confessional booth. "I haven't cried like this since my own wedding," one viewer wrote. Another post, already liked more than 2 million times, read, "Yu Long redefined masculinity. Real men walk down the aisle when love is waiting." A third comment captured what many felt as they watched Yang Mimi whisper her vows through tears. "She is the softest warrior I've ever seen." In just 4 hours, the video surpassed 50 million views. By morning, hashtags like "You Forever," "Best Wedding Ever," and "My Hurt I Still Recovering" had taken over feeds from Beijing to New York, trending across every major platform. Even international celebrities couldn't resist joining the chorus. Song Hye Kyo, Dilraba Dilmurat, and Kim Soo-hyun all commented with heart and crying images. A rare moment of unity in an industry usually defined by competition. For one night, it seemed, the world collectively exhaled. Viewers weren't just watching a celebrity wedding, they were witnessing a reminder that love, messy, unscripted, and deeply human, can still surprise us. Final words, a love that will be watched for generations. As the video fades to its final frame, the voices of Yu Long and Yang Mimi linger like an echo. You can't forget Yu Long's voice comes first, low and certain. "We didn't find perfect love. We found true love, and it's messy, healing, sacred." Then Mimi, her tone both fragile and unbreakable, "Thank you for waiting for me, even when I didn't know I was worth waiting for." There are no fireworks. No crowd. Just two people, side by side, beneath a rain of cherry blossoms. What could have been just another celebrity spectacle instead became something far rarer, a masterclass in vulnerability, beauty, and quiet strength. In an age where love is often staged for headlines and likes, Yu Long and Yang Mimi have offered a gentle, defiant reminder that slow love still wins. That honest love still matters. And that, sometimes, the bravest thing two people can do is simply choose each other again and again. It is a wedding video that will not only be replayed for months. It will be remembered for generations.